So now if you add AI into that mix, it learns from existing data. And so if you start with a biased data set, the bias multiplies. It doesn't go down.
Women's health receives only 2% of venture funding. And you've warned, Bhairavi, of a proliferation of AI trained on biased data that will exacerbate this crisis. So for our listeners, can you paint a picture of what happens in the next decade if this Gen AI divide isn't bridged? What does that world look like for the health of our mothers, sisters, and daughters?
The next decade would look a lot like our past, but just worse. Women already receive, as you mentioned, about 2% of venture funding for women's health, and only a fraction of federal research dollars. We compound that with clinical trials that excluded women until the 90s, and even today, only 30% of participants are women. And we still have no requirement for subgroup analysis. So what that means for us is that the majority of medical technologies and treatments that we have available today were built for the male body, not for the female body. So now if you add AI into that mix, it learns from existing data. And so if you start with a biased data set, the bias multiplies. It doesn't go down. And so the end result is that outcomes get worse and costs skyrocket, and largely because you don't know how to keep women healthy. You miss diagnoses, you have ineffective treatments, it's all expensive. So, the bottom line is if we don't course correct now, we'll see a widening gap where women continue to be underserved by innovation, and AI will accelerate that inequity instead of closing it.